Okay, welcome back to the next R.5 topic, which is dividing rational expressions. Very similar to multiplying, just one little extra step, and it might take you back to third grade. Because when you were in third grade, you very first learned how to divide fractions, and it's real easy. All you gotta do is keep this first fraction the same, change the division to multiplication, and change this to the reciprocal. Multiply by the reciprocal, that's how we divide fractions. You remember the names, right? Keep it, change it, flip it. Copy, dot, flop. Multiply by the reciprocal. Squish the n. You remember all the little silly names we called it. Well, so I'm going to rewrite this first one, 3x squared plus 11x minus 4. And then on the bottom, 24x cubed minus 8x squared. And then we're changing it to multiplication. Now on top, I'm gonna have 24x to the fourth minus 36x cubed over 9x plus 36. Now it's a problem just like we did in the last little bit of the lesson. Okay, so I'm gonna take this here and I'm gonna factor it. I'll write my factored form right over there. Now, look at this, trinomial, quadratic, leading coefficient, not one, that's AC method, right? So AC equals -12 and B equals 11. You see how much factoring comes into play? It's so important. All year long, we're gonna need factoring, so you need to get really good at it. Okay, so what numbers multiply to -12 and add to 11? I think that would be 12 and -1. Then we're gonna take those numbers and put them over the leading coefficient 3, and this fraction simplified, and this one simplifies to 4/1. Now when I take that denominator and bring it to the front and write my factored form of that binomial, I'm gonna have x plus 4. And then here, I got this denominator of 3, I'm gonna bring that 3 to the front, and I have the factored binomial of 3x minus 1. Okay, what are we gonna do here? What kind of factoring can we do here? It's the type that we always do first. Yeah, GCF. What's the biggest number that goes into 24 and 8? 8. And how many x's can we pull out? We can pull out an x squared. So I'm gonna pull out an 8x squared, and then 24 divided by 8 would leave me a 3. And if I pull x squared from x cubed, I have just an x. And then if I pull an 8x squared, which I pulled out, from 8x squared, well, that leaves me with just a 1. So -1. Uh-oh, I see a little future cancellation. That's nice. All right, now this one here, what do we have? It looks like GCF again. Let's think about it. What's the biggest number that goes in both into 24 and 36? 4, no, bigger than 4. 8, no, not 8. How about 12? 12 goes into 24 twice. 12 goes into 36 3 times. So let's pull out a 12. How many x's can we pull out? Let's see, this is x to the fourth, this is x third. I can pull out x to the third. They both have at least x times x times x. So I pull out an x to the third. Then, let's see what I'm left with. 24 divided by 12 leaves me with a 2. And then x to the fourth divided by x cubed leaves me with an x. And let's see, 36 divided by 12 gives me just a 3, so -3. Let's see, we can check to make sure we did it right, which I should. 12x cubed times 2x is 24, x to the fourth. 12x cubed times 3, yeah. Yep, I checked with distribution, wasn't so sure myself. You can always check, right? All right, now we have one last one to factor. That would be this 9x plus 36. The GCF is a 9. I'm going to factor out a 9. And I'm left with x plus 4. All right, good. That was stressful. I need to de-stress. You know what helps me de-stress? Canceling factors. So I cancel an x plus 4 and an x plus 4. And I cancel the 3x minus 1 and the 3x minus 1. So I'm left with 12x cubed over, or times 2x minus 3 over 8x squared. Looking great. Look at what we started with. Look at what we're down to. This is awesome. But we can do a little more. We can simplify 12 over 8 because there's nothing but multiplication next to the 12 and there's nothing but multiplication next to the 8. And 12 over 8 simplifies to 3 over 2. Okay, and then I have an x cubed over an x squared, so that means all the x squareds are going to go, and I have one x remaining on the top. So cancel that, and cancel 2 of the 3 x's, we're just left with x. And then I have 2x minus 3. Well, boy, look at you. You sure clean up nice. We went from that to this. I like it. Thank you. Adding and subtracting is next.